Okay, so namaste once again. Today we're in Phi Phi Island, just off the coast of Phuket, and I'd like to go through some basic releases for the lower back, if possible. So we'll work with the hips and the lower back together, and we're going to do an unusual way of doing that by simply flattening the lower back and lifting the hips up solid like this. And I'm simply going to hold this, so bringing the hips forward and holding this position for approximately 1 minute while I breathe. And I'm just going to check the scenery out while I'm doing that. I'm going to hold, if you want to have a look around, the left and right, feel free. Okay, so we're holding, we're breathing. And then we're going to basically make a lordosis of the spine and press the spine backwards like this, knees slightly bent, and holding like this just for a moment here. If you wanted, if you had the inclination, you could actually, with the knees slightly bent, go back and forth. I'm going to move backwards slightly here. So you could. Yoga does move into all aspects of life. And then we're going to move the whole of the spine to, so we've done the left and we've done the right sort of thing, but this time, as if you were holding a massive teddy bear, so as if you were coming like this. Now my pelvis is coming forward here, my back is rounded. And then as you inhale, everything comes back. So breathing out, everything comes together like this. Inhaling, breathing out, and breathing in. So pay particular attention to the actual movement of the lower pelvis here. Breathing out. And I really don't want to make a fuss here on the beach, so I'm just going to stop it there. But I would recommend you do that, maybe with music, or maybe without music, but do it for maybe 5 minutes, and then with the feet quite close together, take the hips out to one side, hold, breathe, put the tummy in, draw the pelvic floor in and up. And I didn't tell you before, but when we're doing this one, the floor of the pelvis needs to pull up. Tummy in, pelvis drawn in and up. Both in and back, pelvis like that. So lastly, I want to stay with the hips just a little bit. These are the central hinge of the body. And we're just going to, now you'll have to do this in whichever way feels right to you. That might mean leaning, it might mean the feet slightly further apart, taking the weight onto this other foot. Whatever you need to do to get the most amount of stretch for you through these parts here. And we're going to hold, and you'll feel it down here as well. Try leaning forward a little, try leaning backwards a little, but whatever maximizes it for you and enables you still to breathe is the ideal way to go here. And I'm just showing you now, but I'd like you to hold this really for as long as you can, into slight discomfort, first on one side and then on the other. Now for me, I'm going to move my feet slightly further apart, and you want to feel it through this part of the body. So if I lean back slightly, if it's easy for you, you can take your head up in this direction. If that hurts, don't do it. So again, now here, fold, tummy pulled in, pelvic floor drawn in and up, fold. So you're breathing to the upper part of your body with this. And we're just going to hold. As long as you can. Switch this off if you need to. I'm going to move on before I get arrested on the beach here. So we've done the lift and back. We've done this and that. So to finish, I'd like you to take the hips forward, out to the side, backwards, and out to the other side. So my head's staying relatively still, and I'm circling through the pelvis. Tummy pulled in, pelvic floor drawn in, and circling round first in one direction, and then back in the other direction, like this. So over again a number of times. Savadikap. And then turn in the other direction. When you've done this, and I would keep doing it for up to 5 minutes, but when you've done this, it's really good to have the legs apart after this, and rather than simply moving the pelvis around, keep the pelvis relatively still, and take the head. If you want to have your hands on your hips, that can help here. So we're taking the whole body first in one direction, and if it's easy for you, you can bring your hands